Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thanks for checking in. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Something feels up with the lighting today. Everything seems more, dramatic effect, and maybe it's just how I'm seeing things through the camera. Either way, that's for the best, because when you want to talk about dramatic ongoings, so to speak, look no further than Popeyes, because it really doesn't get crazier than this. We know that in the world of fast food, everyone is always, they're raving and sometimes ranting, sometimes praising all of these various fast food meals that come out. And, it's one thing after the next. Sometimes it's a themed meal, sometimes it's a celebrity meal, etc. And a few places have been doing this, especially McDonald's. They were the first that really started this trend over the last few years. You've had Burger King that's been doing it, and Popeyes is another one of those establishments that also has been doing the whole fast food meal promotion. Obviously, the sorts of themed meals. And like I said, Popeyes has done this before. I'm pretty sure that they did last year a Megan Thee Stallion meal. So here's the latest one. And like I said, everyone's talking about it. Popeyes has released the IDK meal. Now, IDK... One thing to know about IDK, one meaning is that IDK, I think this is the one that we all know. IDK is a rapper and producer. He's got some pretty big hits, actually. He actually released a new album in May of 2022 called Simple. So IDK, obviously we know that as the name, again, of a rapper and producer. So, first thing that I thought when I saw the IDK meal, you always think, well, what are these meals based on? You think, oh, music, right? Music artists. So I thought this was going to be themed about this rapper, that this was maybe like his favorite meal. But it turns out that it's not. IDK is also a 3-letter code, and it stands for I don't know. So, I did a lot of research about this, because I was confused at first. I thought IDK, isn't that about, the artist, right? And I researched, but actually, in this context, specifically, for Popeyes, it is not in reference to the rapper. And like I said, I think that threw a lot of us off. So this is not a celebrity meal. Instead, this is the IDK, I don't know meal. And the concept of this is supposed to be, so you're ever at the Popeyes establishment, I suppose, and you're trying to figure out, what am I going to order, right? What am I going to get? I don't know. I guess I showed up here and I don't even know what I'm going to get, which does, it happens sometimes. It's like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling insert establishment, but I don't know what I really want to get. I just know I want to get something from them, but I don't know. Well, this is the meal for you. So I guess if you don't know, then they're going to make up your mind for you, and this is what it constitutes. It's a $6 meal. You get a chicken sandwich and lemonade. So for $6, you get a chicken sandwich right here, and lemonade, iced lemonade, right here. And that is the IDK meal, $6. So that's it. I guess if you don't know, now you know. They made up their mind, or your mind, for you. So that is what the IDK meal from Popeyes is. And I'm just going to try it out. We're going to see, how is it as a meal? Does it taste good? But it is of no relation to the rapper. And like I said, I was checking Twitter, and a lot of people were saying, is this a celebrity meal? Is it a celebrity meal? But it's not. It's just if you're indecisive. But who knows? Maybe he likes that meal too. Who knows? So it's a very standard concept. I would have thought, because, essentially, if you know what the IDK meal is going to be, and it's going to be such a simple concept, wouldn't it make more sense to have some true variability, and instead of it being a meal, you would have an IDK menu? Doesn't that make more sense? And it would be like, if you didn't know and you wanted a surprise, then why get the meal that just has these basic items, these two things that you're always going to know what it is, even if you don't know? There's the pickles. Right? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, you would think, wouldn't the concept of an IDK menu be better? You've got like a menu where there's 10 items, and it could be like, one could be like 2 pieces of chicken, and the other can be some chicken strips, and the other would be a sandwich, etc. And you could just order from the IDK menu, and they would pick 2 of those items at random, and it would be different each time. I don't know, that sounds a little more interesting than just getting a sandwich and some lemonade. There's lemonade, by the way. Standard chicken sandwich, a $6 deal. So, I'm going to try it out and let you know what it tastes like, if it's still good, maintaining the standards, and that's all there is. So, the IDK meal from Popeyes going in. Alright, so these days what I do sometimes is I'll pause the camera a little bit during the eating segments. Sometimes we'll just power through them. But either way, so the sandwich itself, as you saw in the cross section, and you'll see again, I'll hold it up. It's very basic, it's their basic chicken sandwich. And obviously it's the sandwich that won the chicken sandwich wars, and many, according to many folks, right, that a lot of people say, yeah, it's a good chicken sandwich. And in the end it is. I mean, it is a very well-known, it's an iconic chicken sandwich. But again, it's basic. The entire meal is very basic, and I guess that's the point. It's just supposed to be, you can't make up your mind, so we'll just choose kind of like this basic thing for you. But in the end, still pretty good. It's exactly what you would have hoped for it to be. So, quality-wise, they always have a good piece of chicken with their chicken sandwich. That's one thing you can guarantee with Popeyes. Good size chicken. And you could see that. The chicken ratio to everything else on the sandwich is almost unparalleled. Good quality chicken. Juicy, tender, flavorful. It's not some burnt piece of, we'll keep the video advertiser friendly like what I got in that last video from Taco Bell. That was just cursed. That thing was cursed. I don't know what else to say. But this is actual food, which is good. So it tastes good, very flavorful, has a nice little crunch to it as well. The mayo on it is just very, it's just there. I always like that little bit of tang that the pickles provide. And I'll tell you this, drink-wise, normally when I just get any sort of item, I'm not very big with the drinks these days. I'll usually just go with water at this point. But let me tell you, I think that the lemonade is a very suitable pairing for the chicken sandwich. It just works. And it ties it together so nicely. So I'll give my compliments to Popeyes in this regard. quality-wise, everything is fine. So there's nothing to worry about there. The chicken sandwich is fine. It's your standard chicken sandwich from Popeyes. So that in and of itself is totally fine, quality-wise. The lemonade is good. So, praise and criticisms. The criticisms, I think people would just say, oh, this is just another lame meal, right? This is just what people would be saying. Again, I've seen, people say, oh, this isn't about so-and-so, oh, this is just, so they couldn't come up with any ideas, so they did this, oh, it's boring, etc. And certainly you could say, yeah, well, if I'm all about new items being released, right, and I'm all about a new this, a new chicken sandwich, a new sauce, etc., then yeah, the concept of having a basic chicken sandwich and some lemonade as a new meal that's getting a big promotion, you might say, yeah, I'm a bit underwhelmed by that idea. So that's the criticism. Originality, I suppose, or lack thereof. Praise-wise, I will say, despite any originality, again, or lack thereof, which, that's true, it definitely is a good combination. And quality-wise, sandwich is good, and pairing it with the lemonade, excellent choice, I might say. It really just goes so nicely with that sandwich. It really does tie it all together, and heck, if you don't even bother to go and get this meal, just remember the combination, especially as we're in the warmer months of the year. Just remember that. Their lemonade is pretty solid. It's flavorful. It's got the right balance. It's not overly sweet, but it's not too harsh either. It's just they've got the right. It's just got the right combination. It's quite good. It's better than I thought it would be. But not only is the lemonade itself good and very refreshing, I might add, but it ties in so nicely with the chicken sandwich. Yeah, just remember that combination because it works. Now, price-wise, you could say, it's $6. What deal is that? At least it's a big sandwich, so portion-wise, you're getting a good-sized piece of chicken, and the quantity of the lemonade is pretty solid. You know, they said this is a medium. Looks more like a large to me, but I guess they just do it as they do. So all in all, yeah, it's not the most original combination, but it works. And even though I personally might find it a little silly, the IDK meal, it's simple. I was going to say simplistic. It's simple, but hey, it works, it tastes good, and in the end, that's what's important. So therefore, out of 10, I'm going to rate the IDK meal from Popeyes. I'm going to give it a 7.8 out of 10. Everything tastes good, and price is alright too. But in the end, as long as you know what you're going to get, even if you don't know what you're going to get, you're now going to know what's in the IDK meal. It works. That's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, The Report of the Week.